Right, hey guys, how are we doing? Back on another video from Grand Line Reviews, and today we're checking out 20 One Piece secrets you missed. Let's see if we actually did miss these. I prefer the title was like you possibly missed.
Did you know that Bartholomew Kuma was actually seen on Dressrosa? It's one of those wild stories that very few people know about because it all plays out in the background. Essentially, though, in chapter 785, a desperate mother is looking for her child amongst all of the flamingo-induced chaos. She cries, "Has anyone seen my son? He's only 5 and wearing a bear shirt." The Japanese word for bear, of course, is Kuma. So this mother is looking for a child with a Kuma shirt. So when the emotional mother is finally reunited with her son, it is revealed that her son was indeed wearing a Bartholomew Kuma shirt.
Wasn't really there, but okay, that is quite cool.
My name is Liam, and this video is packed full of One Piece secrets that you probably didn't know. For example, Kuma was not the only warlord of the sea who made an appearance during Dressrosa when he did not, in fact, belong there. A sneaky crocodile also did a bit of a and made his face known, this time during Trafalgar Law's flashback. So just prior to being stabbed by a very angry child, Rocinante was enjoying his daily newspaper. And on the front cover of that paper is Crocodile's face. And according to Eiichiro Oda, he was already a warlord at the time, and this article was reporting on an act of heroism, because at the time Crocodile was hunting down pirates to gain global trust, specifically that of the Alabasta Kingdom. By the way, this handsome image of Crocodile was drawn by one of our channel artists. And 3
that is a good drawing of him, to be fair. I like that.
Artwork requesting whatever they'd like, whether it's a female Frankie, a delicious pot of Odin, or even a cracked Tamago. To win, simply subscribe to this channel and leave a 1-sentence comment with your art request. And yes, you do need to be subscribed because YouTube shows me a little red dot next to your name, so look, you can't fool them. You'll also receive a high-quality digital copy of your request, as well as have it featured in future videos, becoming part of Grand Line Review history. Also, this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, the game that has taken over all of the gaming, bringing a true console experience to your teeny tiny phone device. Now, one of the best parts about Raid is the sheer quantity of glorious champions. One of my favorites being Ursula the Mourner, whose 5 stages of grief include denial, anger, bargaining, stabbing someone ferociously with like a very sharp stick, and then finally acceptance. Then there's also Coroner, a tanksome unit with phenomenal attack and some very ornate flower decorations, because one can be both brutal and beautiful. This month in Raid, things are happening, including new champions, an update to Tag Arena, and a full schedule of events and tournaments. Raid is currently running a special Deliana Chase event where you can get yourself said Deliana simply by logging in and playing Raid for 7 days between now and July 20th. Just hit the link in the description and you'll get free champions, Misericord, Tiger Soul, and Romero, 10 Magic XP Brew, 10 Force XP Brew, and 10 Spirit XP Brew, which I dare say is enough brewing materials to start your own distillery. For new players, once you're in-game, just enter promo code MyDeliana and get rewards to boost this champ. Simple. Good luck, Shadow Raiders. Back to you, me. Now, are you ready for one of the massive, not-so-secret secrets in the series?
Let's go.
Look, I'm going to be honest, I don't care if you're ready or not. Because Shanks is the father of Makino's baby, and Oda was actually directly posed this question in an SBS, because we as readers seem to have this rather intense desire to know whose semen fertilized whose egg. And Oda responded with probably
what a way to word it.
Which very much limits our baby-making candidates to 2. The eligible bachelors in Makino's life essentially boil down to Shanks and Whoopsla. Everyone else is either too young or simply too irrelevant. So Film Red Shanks' daughter be damned, because this child here is the true spawn of Shanks.
My God.
Something a little more covert, though. Did you know that there is actually an entirely secret race in the One Piece world? And it consists of individuals with very long, very thick heads. Just as we have long arm, long leg, and snake neck humans, we also have a very sneaky group of long heads. The one that we've seen the most being Fukurokuju on Wano. But a member with a bit more name recognition is actually Dr. Vegapunk himself, who sports a very aubergine-esque silhouette. And of course, there's Strawberry. A lot of people have this tendency to think that Strawberry's tall, slender head is something of a fashion statement, a false head.
Just the hat?
For some reason. I don't know why you would do that, but people do weirder things in One Piece, so whatever. But in reality, it's just one old big noggin thing.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Admiral, if there's one group that has a whole host of secrets, it is indeed the Marines. And
of course.
Here's something that I guarantee 99.9% of you did not know. The Marines have some very specific rituals. In particular, every Friday they consume a dish known as Marine curry. And this takes inspiration from a real-world practice where Marines eat the same thing every Friday so that they can keep track of the week. And Marines in One Piece eat a very standardized seafood curry every Friday.
Oh, seafood curry. I don't like seafood.
A special sweet and mild curry that is exceptionally popular. And this goes all the way to the top, because even the admirals are notorious curry-consuming fiends, and whilst they're still
Curry-consuming
mostly shrouded in
fiends.
a thick serving of mystery fog, we do have quite a bit of insight into their backgrounds. Specifically that each of our original 3 admirals all came from very, very humble beginnings. Each of them seemed to have come from a poverty-stricken situation, wearing tattered clothes, and in Kuzan's case, it is implied that he was both homeless and an alcoholic.
Damn.
He was even tall enough to ride a big boy roller coaster. And I think that's quite interesting because a lot of Marines seem to come from fairly wealthy
Homeless and an
backgrounds.
alcoholic.
The ones who
Damn.
end up
What a combination.
Really climbing the ranks tend to be the ones with the most tragic backstories. But now, penguins. Because in the
I love
post-Times
penguins.
Kuzan has adopted a penguin named Camel, which I think is
Camel.
notable because camels are not penguins. But Camel is a very special penguin, though, and is actually a member of a species known as the super penguin. And whilst Camel
Super
can both
penguin.
swim and cook, he tends to be every bit as lazy as his master. And quite frankly, it's a miracle that they get anything at all done together. Also, the name doesn't come from Camel the animal. Also,
Camel?
the name doesn't come from Camel the animal, but rather Camel the cigarettes, which were a brand featured in Detective Story.
Okay, cool.
Yusaku Matsuda, also known as the
Interesting
visual
facts being spit
inspiration
here.
for Kuzan's character. To world government gossip now, and do you remember Hannibal? He's the curiously, satanic kind of creature.
Oh, the guy in Impel
Now
Down.
holds the position of Chief Warden of Impel Down after Magellan got demoted due to doing a bad job at his job. But Hannibal has some, how shall we say, rather scandalous secrets.
Oh, gosh.
After being seduced by Bon Clay, Hannibal channeled his inner Sadi and was promptly tied up, with one, perhaps two, keen-eyed reader noticing that Hannibal was wearing strawberry underwear. So
Oh.
the pattern, not the flavour, although I guess it could have also been the flavour. I don't know. But
We don't
naturally,
know.
this reader had to consult with story sage Echiro Oda, at which point Oda
Oh
revealed
my
that
God.
Hannibal is actually an obsessive novelty underwear collector. Oda
Oh,
also went
okay,
into
fair
detail
enough.
Hannibal's prized underwear patterns and types, which include flowers, huge breasts, pink mushrooms, frills, a loincloth, something described as a super bikini,
Oh my
and the crown
God.
jewel of this collection, an undergarment known simply as Mr. Elephant.
Oh my god.
But the world government has no shortage of scandals, and in fact, before the Straw Hats invaded Enies Lobby, CP9 member Jabra was the talk of the island, due to having recently been dumped by a waitress named Gatharin,
No.
a completely miscellaneous character that frankly we know entirely
No.
too much about,
Yeah.
including the fact that she only cares about men for their looks, and that Gatharin dumped Jabra because she heard that Rob Lucci was returning.
Okay, what
I
a
was hoping for a bit
sexy,
of a
sexy man.
crazy carnivorous cat intercourse. It gets weirder though, like so much weirder. And I guess apparently not a lot happens on Enies Lobby because this was being talked about by everyone. And when I say everyone, I
Like
also mean
everyone.
everything. So much so that
Oh.
when we are introduced to the dog unit, there are two curious canines over here, not at all focused on the job it
Huh.
is that they should be doing. Luckily for us, Echiro Oda eavesdropped and translated what these puppets were saying.
No way.
It goes a little something like this. So, Left Dog says, I heard Jabra from CP9 got dumped by Gatharin, to which Right Dog replies, really? Lol? And that is 100% canine canon. I know, it sounds like something dumb that I would have just made up because that's what I do, but sometimes that's just One Piece. And recently
Okay.
a fascinating decision from the world government was revealed in regards to bounties. Certain documents arose, by which I mean a chapter came out, that placed Kaido's bounty at 70 million berries.
Yeah, that was very
when he
recent.
was 13 years old. Which I love because it means that in equal stages of their life, Nico Robin once had a higher bounty than Kaido. When both of them were 13, Kaido had a 70 million berry bounty, and Robin trumps that with the much more bigger 70 million.
Bigger.
Although to be fair, Big Mom absolutely trounced both of them and had a bounty of 500 million berries well before she was even 13. Still, makes me
Damn.
respect Robin's threat a hell of a lot more in retrospect. Robin being quite literally the only Straw Hat who was not planned to be a crew member from the very beginning of the series. Which is wild because even the notoriously late Jinbei had a guaranteed spot on the crew from day one.
Oh,
And
okay,
originally,
cool.
it looks like Robin was going to be replaced by this little floating dude guy with a net.
Huh.
I think I can speak for all, or maybe not all, but most of us, I feel like most of us, when I say that Robin was a very, very happy accident in comparison. For someone who was meticulously planned now, though, here is Boa Hancock. She was
Damn.
first introduced into the manga in 2008. Except that is a lie. Because Boa Hancock, in fact, first debuted in 1999.
What?
She made an appearance on the cover of Weekly Shonen Jump alongside several other early concepts for One Piece fans.
Oh.
And apparently this was because Oda's editors really wanted to hype up that Grand Line. So they asked him to draw several villains that were going to appear
We're going to see
In this
later on.
case,
Damn, that's
it
cool.
turned out to be 9 years later, but hey, Oda still delivered. Although Boa Hancock's
That's
design
really
was
interesting.
the only one that would eventually come to fruition. It's been speculated that this one could have been an early design of Broggy or even Kaido, or that this guy could have been an early Mr. 5, and well, as for the third one, your guess is as good as mine. But this was also reprinted in Color Walk 2, and if I can find it, in which we can see their depiction in all of their obscure glory. But Boa Hancock's design was so locked in that Oda even referenced her in Logtown when Nami was trying on various outfits. And she's far from the only character that Logtown gave us, because this arc also has the very first depiction of Sabo. In chapter 98, when Luffy is caught by Buggy, Emotion catches the attention of a suspiciously Sabo-dressed man.
Wow.
Then in chapter 99, we get a look at him from another angle, and if this is not Sabo, then it is a ridiculous coincidence.
That is very similar looking, damn.
The dragon was in Logtown at the time, so why not a few other members of the Revolutionary
Yeah, that would
Army
make
as well?
sense.
And it's interesting because I imagine that if Luffy was successfully executed, then Sabo probably would have tragically regained his memories right then and there.
Yeah, because he didn't remember, did he, at the time?
Death, and thus changed the course of One Piece as we know it. Oh, and just while we're on things changing, my eyes were cursed with this, so yours are going to be as well.
Oh,
Queen
no.
is almost certainly my favourite member of the Beast Pirates. I very much enjoy his and so on and so forth.
Okay.
And one lyric in particular reads, "If I get any thinner, I'll steal all your hearts. So I choose the way I am." Which, does beg the question of what kind of handsome beast Queen would become if he didn't choose this rather rotund form for the sake of all of us. Well, question no longer, because Oda has provided the answer. And I should warn you in advance, just keep control of yourself, because you are about to have your heart stolen by Thin Queen.
Whoa.
Just look at this perfect specimen of a dinosaur man. But don't look too long, because I don't actually think I can keep that image up for too long, actually. Or else YouTube is probably going to flag me for overly erotic content.
That is
Meanwhile,
very
did you know
true.
that Chopper also has a secret form? During any slobby, we were introduced to the idea that Chopper can eat a maximum of 3 Rumble Balls in quick succession, with the third one turning him into Monster Chopper. Except that word maximum is more of a limitation that we as readers put on ourselves. So I ask you, what would happen if Chopper were to eat 4 Rumble Balls? And according to Oda, when Chopper eats 3 Rumble Balls, his devil fruit powers go wild. However, when he eats 4 Rumble Balls, the author goes wild. And he accompanies this with Chopper's 4th ball form, which is almost as hot as Thin Queen. And for more steamy erotic content, maybe then here's another video. It may or may not be arousing, but either way, I look forward to seeing you there.
His humour is brilliant, I love it. I love these Grand Line review videos. I can't believe I haven't checked this out earlier. Some interesting facts thrown out there. At first I was like, what? But then, yeah, they got quite cool. Anyway, thank you to my patrons. If you want to have your name at the end of every video upload, links in the description of the Patreon page. $1 a month for their helps the channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you guys very much for that. And thank you all for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know to watch us in future videos. And I'll see you guys, all you guys, next time. Bye. Did that all in one breath that time.